Arsenal versus Crystal Palace on the EPL week number 17. And I'm here to give you the match preview of this must-win fixture for Arsenal. And on this video, I'm going to be talking about the anticipated lineup that Mikel Arteta should be using against Crystal Palace. I'll also talk about the injury status that we are having at the moment. And I'll also talk about the predictions of this must-win game for Arsenal. And we'll also talk about the anticipation or expectations of Arsenal fans worldwide. Just like what I've said up there, that this is basically a must-win game for Arsenal. And when I'm talking about must-win, is because of the fact that for the last two games that we've played on the EPL Premier League, we've only had draws. And we just need to win this game so that we can catch up on the points that Liverpool and Chelsea are up again ahead of us. And only hope that as they are going to play their matches, that they will either lose points or at least maybe get a draw, something like that, so that we can be able to catch up. So basically, this is a must-win game for Arsenal. And we are actually playing with Crystal Palace, I've beaten them on the EFL quarterfinals, a game that ended 3-2, where Jesus was able to score 3 goals. That is a hat-trick. And of course, they almost got back into the game, but we were able to finish the game as victorious and won that game and proceeded to the semi-finals, where we will be facing Newcastle. But again, one thing I noticed about how we played with Crystal Palace, the fact that we've had been talking about squad rotation. We saw the squad rotation happen that day, and we were just not good enough on the squad rotation. So, because the players that we have as the second option players or the second team players were not as compact, so we had to play with the first team. But again, I am confident that as you're going to face Crystal this time round, because of the fact that at least Arteta tried to do the squad rotation, most of the first team players or first 11 team that we have for Arsenal at least were able to rest. And the fact that they were able to rest, I feel like as we are going to this game, we will be confident enough. And this is going to be actually a game that we must win, and we are going to play it at Crystal Palace place. Every time we've gone to Crystal Palace, of course they brought in that competition. They have brought a very stiff competition when you go to the Selhurst Park, London. And basically, if I check here, every time we travel to go to their place, we don't score so much goals if I check for the last couple of games that we've played with them. But this time round, we do not have any option but to make sure that we are scoring and we are winning the game, because the stakes are just too high up front there. Chelsea is just looking superb. Liverpool is just superb this season. Now, as we are playing with Crystal Palace are currently on the English Premier League table at number 15. They've not been that well off this season as compared to the previous seasons, where they were at least looking like a mid-table club that would bring trouble to, the top tier teams. But again, still, it is a competition. Like I've told you, every time we meet with them, and especially at their home, they bring the competition. They play so well. Even the game we played on the EFL, remember they were the first to score. And as much as they didn't do nothing much on that game, but for the fact that they were able to score, as much as it was also a blunder from Kiwior, still it is a worthy opponent that we need to be very careful as we're playing with them. Now, they are only having like 16 points at the moment, having played 16 matches. They've only managed to win 3 games. And us as Arsenal, we are sitting at number 3 with 30 points. Behind Liverpool, who have a game in hand, who have 36 points. So, should we win this game, then it's going to take us to 33? Yeah, 33 points. It's going to be like 3 points behind Liverpool as we wait for them to play against, they should be playing against Tottenham on the English Premier League on Sunday. And then, of course, Everton. Chelsea will be traveling to Everton. So we really hope that those 2 games can really favor us. The last 4 games that we've played with them, and I'll look at the Premier League games. Remember, of course, we played with them on the EFL where we beat them 3-2. That was the most recent match that we played. But on the Premier League, we had beaten them 5-0. Remember, they were among the first teams that we met after coming from Dubai this year, second leg of the EPL season 2023-2024. And then we beat them at their home 1-0, and then we had beaten them last season 2022-2023 4-1, and then of course we beat them again on their home 2-0. So we are looking like we are the bigger brother on this fixture. We are looking like we are the better team on this fixture. But like I've said, remember, even that game against Bournemouth, we were looking like the bigger brother, the bigger boys on the game, but still we ended up losing. Games like Brighton, a game that we got a draw that was unnecessary. Games like Newcastle, where they beat us 1-0. So we need to take this team as serious, with all seriousness that comes with it, because we do not have room for losing any whatsoever match. Not even losing, we do not even have room for any draw at the moment as things are right now. Now, having looked at that, then I'm just gonna take a look at the injury status of Arsenal players before we even look at the lineup that Mikel Arteta should go with. Zinchenko is doubtful. He got a knock. They're saying that he's doubtful, but they are maybe anticipating for him to play maybe early January, but still doubtful. So it's quite unfortunate because he was just from an injury, and then now he's gotten into an injury. And then Ben White, we are still waiting until late January is when he's gonna be back. And then we've got Declan Rice, who got a knock, and is doubtful whether he's gonna play, because you remember even that game he was actually subbed off because of that game against Everton was actually subbed off, and basically maybe it's because of that knock that he got. And then we also have Calafiori, who is doubtful whether he's gonna play. Tomiyasu is just crazy. And then of course we've got Tierney, who is doubtful also if he's gonna play on this game. And of course, as per what we are hearing about reports, is that Tierney has been given a go ahead to look for a club this coming by the end of his contract, because he's been so injured, and I think it's just high time for us to let him be and maybe get another path that maybe would work for him. Now, I've looked at that, then I'm just going to try and give you the predicted lineup that Mikel Arteta should go with. On the goalkeeper, we just have to go with David Raya. And then, of course, the two centre-backs are Gabriel Magalhaes and, of course, Rolls-Royce William Saliba. And by the way, congratulations to William Saliba for being selected on the FIFA Team of the Year 2024. Congratulations to him. And then, of course, we've got on the left back, we go with Skelly. I'm going to go with Skelly because he's been brilliant. He plays very well. I like his confidence. So he plays there. And then, of course, on the right back, we play with Timber. This one, on the CDM, we go with Thomas Partey. And then number 8, we play with Merino if Declan Rice is not present. But if Declan Rice is present, I'm going to go with Declan Rice over Merino, because Merino has not impressed me for the last couple of matches, like 2-3 matches that he has played. At number 10, of course, it has to be yours truly, the captain, Martin Odegaard. And then left wing forward, we play with... I feel like we should give Sterling a chance to play on this one. I feel like let's give Sterling a chance to play on this one. Yeah, that's my thought. Let's give him more play time. And if he's not going with Sterling, then I think Gabriel Jesus should be given that role to play as a left wing forward. Yeah, I feel so. Because on the at false 9 or at number 9, sometimes he can be tricky on his side. But anyway, on this one, I'm just gonna go with Sterling on that number. And then of course right wing forward, I'm gonna play with definitely yours truly, the star boy Bukayo Saka. And then at number 9, of course, it has to be Jesus, because of the fact that he scored that hat trick. So we just need to play him, because you know, a player, when he gets a momentum, a player like Jesus or any striker, you don't deny him the next match, because that momentum could actually exceed into the next game and the next game, and it could actually work as an advantage to Arsenal. Anyway, I've said so, my prediction on this game is a must-win game for Arsenal, and it's going to be a very comfortable win for Arsenal. Maybe it's going to be like around 3-0 there and about, because I would have said 5, but the fact that you are traveling to go to Crystal Palace pitch, then that is the only reason as to why I'm going to say 3-0 in favor of Arsenal. Now, I've looked at that, then the general expectation of us as Arsenal supporters and fans, number 1, we do not want to see what we saw during the week. That disappointing first half, the way we were playing that first half, we didn't look like we were serious enough. We don't want to see that again. We need to see some seriousness and commitment to all players that are playing, and we need them to push and play and press and control and have a stability on that game and make sure that we are actually winning the game. Number 2, we really hope that this game is not going to come as a disappointment for us again. We don't want no draw. It just has to be a win. Number 3, expectation number 3 is that we hope that these injuries will run away from us now completely, because we've had so many of them, and they're actually very discouraging and disappointing to actually the team. Another expectation is that clearly, like I've always said, week in, week out, we hope it's going to be a very fair officiating from officials that are officiating this match. And having I've said so, then, ladies and gentlemen, it leads me to the point that we wish all our very best to our team, Arsenal, even as we're going to play, and hope that truly we're going to win this game, and I hope that we emerge victorious, and another win for us, and hope that our competitors, Chelsea and Liverpool, at least they get to drop points in one way or the other. Thank you so much for watching.